Good evening and welcome to Meet the Candidates, also State House Chat, or whatever you want to call this tonight. To my right, we go ladies and before gentlemen here. Our state rep, Kate Campanile, and I didn't even call you Jen tonight.
I know.
We were talking about your sister.
Yes.
And how about this big guy to our left here, Senator Michael Moore,
Yeah.
fifth term as state senator.
Going for my fifth term.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you got a little competition,
Yeah.
but wow, you look good. You got a tan. You been at the beach?
No, actually,
Golfing a lot.
no. Oh, walking the streets.
Who golfs more, state reps or state senators? I mean, it's not a fair
I have
question
to
to
say
you.
the senator.
Oh, come on.
Really? So let's start with you.
I've got 8 towns I've got to go through.
Poor Mike just, you know, he's going for his fifth term. You're going for your second
My
term.
second, yes.
And you're unopposed.
It goes quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
How tough is it when you're unopposed and, you know, you got to watch the two Democrats battle it out?
Well, you know, that's what it is. I'm paying attention to my own race right now and really just trying to focus on that, and we'll see what the outcome is come September 8th.
Right. We have an intern here, Kaylee Como, did I say it right? From Kate's office. She's a Wachusett High School senior.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we wish her a lot of luck. Congratulations, welcome to LCAC. You're our studio audience tonight. So what's been going on? I mean, I know you got very involved down at your gears with the crosswalk.
Yes. I think we've had some good accomplishments here in the first term, but that's being one of them. You know, I know
Right.
they were.
That was always kind of a safety issue,
Absolutely.
coming up the hill, you know.
Absolutely. And I heard from so many people from Jagiers to people not even in Leicester who
Right.
bring their children to Jagiers.
Right. Now, how about the first, we talked about 3 months ago with you about, you know, getting on the floor. Then we had an article in the paper. You made your maiden speech.
Oh, yes, I did.
Must have been great, exciting.
It was. You know, I made it on, which has gotten some traction, and you know, it was a great moment to be there. Of course, here.
Mom and Dad there,
Yeah, Mom and Dad were there, and you know, they were rushing out because it's budget week, so you can never really tell what time. And
How
so I
nervous
called
were
them.
you?
Not nervous at all, you know,
Great.
because you're talking to people that you built a relationship with
Yeah.
over the first term, and you know, your colleagues, your friends. So it's not like you're getting up and talking in front of
Yeah.
a group of
It's not like
strangers.
getting up in a selectman's meeting with bad news.
Yes.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Mike, do you remember back when you first had to get up on the Senate floor?
Yeah, I actually did it relatively quickly. I wanted to get it over with. So it was right during the first budget debate. I think I'd been in office for about 4 months. First opportunity I had to get it done. I wanted the pressure off. I spoke on my opposition to raising the income tax. So, yeah, I was probably a little bit more nervous than Kate was from the sounds of it. Because at that point, the budget was crashing and everything, the stress was horrendous about with the budget and trying to fund local aid and do everything. And then I was speaking against raising taxes, so that didn't go well with certain colleagues.
So do you think because this is a national election that the turnout's going to be real high on November 8th?
I would expect it to be higher during a presidential race.
Because last time you guys ran, it was kind of a low turnout.
Right.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
I think it was normal for the gubernatorial.
Sure.
The gubernatorial is always less than the presidential, but I think it was the average one for the gubernatorial year.
Right.
So, you know, this election cycle is so strange with, obviously with what's going on nationally. I don't know if it's going to be a good turnout, a bad turnout. You hear people that love the candidates, and then you hear a good portion of people that don't know which way to go, and they're choosing the best of two evils. So in their opinion. So I don't know if it's going to be a strong one or a weak one.
Well, it's great to see the bipartisanship here.
Well,
You know,
it's got to be that way.
You know, this is great. You
Right.
being a Republican, you be a Democrat. You're working with a Republican.
With the structure, you know, you've got the governor, the House, the Senate. As far as the budget goes and other legislative issues, it doesn't, whether you have a governor, I mean, a Republican or Democratic governor, you're still evaluating the bills that come forward. I mean, they may have each governor may have a different philosophy on things, but they file it with the House, goes through the House, they do their thing, we get it, then we look at it and we evaluate it, and then the interesting part now is when you have the bill that you've got the House and the Senate working out the differences, and then you have to go to the third party, the governor, a Republican governor now, to see where he lies using his line item veto authority.
Yep.
And right now, I don't think it's been that bad. I know when several issues that when Governor Baker first did, that we had the pension reform that they wanted to do, but he was looking for the early buyout. The House, he had filed the version, the House had sent the version to us, and senators who had opposed it, and even during the Patrick administration, I had actually had a bill filed to do it for Group 1 and 2 employees because, you know, we're trying to reduce the workforce to save some money in the budget. Right. I couldn't get it through when we had Democrats controlled all 3 branches, and then we have Governor Baker coming in. So I was actually a little happy that he was going along with that. But when we had the House version, the administration, they sent someone over. They actually worked with the Senate President's Office, with Senate Ways and Means, and we drafted a bill working with their consult that ended up coming out. And when it actually went to the governor's desk, it was pretty much the language that the Senate had worked on. But it really took having open communication with his office.
Right. Now, in fact, you got a lieutenant governor from Central Mass, Karen Polito. Have you struck a relationship with her at all?
Oh, yes. And knowing Karen from previous campaigns and working before, it's helped build that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say your win was a big shot, but that was a seat held by the Democrats over 30 years. Bob McNeil, John Manetta was, 27 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, you pulled off a great victory. It's probably just as hard to keep the seat, right?
Right. It's we're looking at a tough election, but I think, it's different too, running as an incumbent versus a candidate. And now I have a record to stand on.
Yeah, but I mean, the Democrats lost a big seat when they lost, that seat.
Yes, it was a surprise.
That seat was a lock to be Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Right, and I think it goes to show too what the senator was saying. You look at the federal level and how much the parties are. There's just so much contention, both on the Republican and Democrat side. But here in the state level, at the state house, we don't have that. It's very bipartisan. They said with the governor, Charlie.
22nd, we lost Officer Ron Tarantino, a Leicester resident, an Auburn cop. You represent both towns.
Yep.
Do you see anything down the road with gun law changes in this state? We hadn't seen anything on the horizon, but now with the most recent change that the Attorney General has given as far as her interpretation of an 18-year-old law, where she's claiming she's clarifying the law, which I don't know if there was really a real reason to clarify it because there hadn't been any issues for the last 18 years. But just maybe back in January, when we come back in January, February next session, seeing some legislation filed to either maybe curb her authority. There was already one piece of legislation filed by Senator Bruce Tarr, and he was looking to curb her authority and making some of the regulations. But I think what you'll probably see between now and then is a lawsuit filed by one of the either GOAL or the NRA or something like that, trying to determine whether she exceeded her authority. Yeah, they were very upset.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't see anything coming down the road. It was very sad, and I think everyone's still in the communities and still grieving what happened and the loss. But a change in the gun laws isn't. I don't think would have changed what happened.
Right. Because
this person shouldn't have had a firearm. He shouldn't have been out of jail. So if certain other factors had been, properly processed or utilized, he would still be here today, and he'd still be at playing basketball with you on Sunday mornings.
Yep. Now, what about the fact that the court system dropped the ball? I mean, you know, it was, I guess, with Clinton District Court, and he got out for $500. I mean, are there going to be any changes in the court system, you know, that relate to this case?
Sure. As far as the courts, you know, that comes under a judicial, I think, decision. But I know that we had about you know, the assault on an officer and making penalties stronger.
I mean, you weren't in the country when it happened, right?
No,
I mean,
I was
did you
not.
ever see two towns come together?
Oh no, that was, it really, and you hate to see it over a tragedy, but it was nice to see two communities really come together over one person. I think that speaks highly of the person, too.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you can have a tragedy occur, and I guess if the person is not as well liked, or as Austin Tarantino was, then you might not have seen that, but everyone really pulled together.
Yeah, I mean, we had two great police chiefs involved too.
Yeah.
You know, Andy Slukas and you know, our chief did a great job, and you know.
And actually, what Kate was saying, the legislation that we filed, currently on the books right now, to assault a firefighter can be a felony. On the current law right now, if you assault a police officer, it's a misdemeanor. So the legislation filed, and there were some other legislators, would actually increase the penalties of assault and battery on a police officer to a felony.
Yeah.
So, and this individual did have A and B on police officers in his history.
Yep.
So if a law like that had been in effect, you know, he possibly could have still been in prison and not on the street.
Right. Well, you know, it's just something we'll never get over it, you know, and, you know, we'll be talking about this for a long time, unfortunately.
Yep.
You know? Like, what about some of the things you've been doing lately? We've been very busy. The pay equity statute, which really helps women.
Right.
I was reading like 82 cents on a dollar.
Yeah.
Women make on a dollar that I make. That's not fair.
Right.
No, you know, and having children, and one of them being a daughter, you know, you want her to make sure that when she's out there working, that she's going to get paid for the job she does, and the gender should not be indicative of her pay. It should be what her capabilities and skills are. Basically what the law would do, it would prohibit wage discrimination on the basis of gender for comparable work unless there's a variation on mitigating factors. And those factors would be education, training, experience, and seniority. This also prevents employees from requesting a salary history in the hiring. So actually Massachusetts would be the first state in the country to prohibit an employer from asking you what your current salary is.
Yeah, that's the part I was amazed at. I know sometimes you give it out anyways, but they can't just go get it now.
Yeah, no.
Really permission.
Yep. And you know, if for everyone who's at some point in their career been looking for a job, and you go out there and you're trying to find a job of comparable salary, but then you go in there and they're asking you what your salary. Well, they should be compensating you based on the skill that's required. So the factor of who's coming in and what the previous salary shouldn't really be an issue.
Right. But I mean, when I read that, I thought this stuff was gone because women are in the workforce now, and you see more state reps and more state senators from the female side. It's great to see.
It is, and you know, there was a law in the book, but I really think that this helped clarify and expand upon it.
Right. Now, obviously, the election comes up quick.
Yep.
You're talking September 8th primary for you. You're a little different situation in Kate. You got like 6 towns: Upton, Newbury, Shrewsbury, Grafton, Auburn,
Worcester, and Northbridge.
Northbridge.
So 8. Yes, wait. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you do it. I always say that to you when I see you. You know?
Well, you're just very busy. A lot of driving, a lot of walking, you know, a lot of
great
forums.
staff.
Oh yes, you know, a legislator can only be as good as his staff is, because if I'm out here in the district, I need to depend on my staff to be doing all the research, be dealing with constituent issues. Actually, I don't know if Kate will agree with this, that when I'm out here, I'm generating more work for them, because I'm meeting with people that most people that you're meeting with are coming to you with a problem. So I'm then relaying back to my office, okay, you got to call this agency, you got to do this. So Yeah, no, you're only as good as the staff you.
Yeah, and I'm one of these guys that goes, why do we gotta call his office? Just call Mike on his cell phone.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Mike answers, and you know, you've been very visible in our town and, you know, very accessible to people in Leicester. I think they really appreciate all you've done for us.
Oh, I hope so, thanks. Thank
You know,
you.
not just because you play basketball on Sunday mornings either. But, you know, it's just great to see, you know, you being a Republican and Mike being a Democrat, and there's a lot of camaraderie between you two.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been able to work on a lot of things together.
Right. What's been your biggest accomplishment so far?
Gosh, there's been quite a few, I think, and looking back, you you run on all these big issues
Right.
that you're going to change the direction of the course of the state, and what it really comes down to is, just as Mike was saying, constituent services, and it's the small things that, like you had mentioned, the crosswalk at
Yep.
Jagiers,
Yep.
that has, they've been trying to advocate for that for quite a few years. And I know Senator Moore and I have worked on many projects, including, I think the first big one when I came in was Stiles
Yeah.
Dam.
Rawson Bridge, right?
And then
Yeah.
Rawson Street Bridge
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
yes, that was a big accomplishment for us as well.
That's an ongoing project, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we also, and also a big one is the John Benenda Beach
Yeah,
in Coast
yes.
Pond. I know it's the city of Worcester, but
Yep.
it's, it's in recognition of Representative Benenda, who's, as you said, served the communities for 27 years. And so we were able to get the funding for to help the city with the beach. And we were also just recently able to get an additional, what's 300,000?
It was actually, I think it was a little over 460,000.
460,000. Yeah, to help go for the, they're trying to put the Stearns Tavern, bring an old tavern, move it from one end of the city back there, and they're gonna have the students that from Seven Hills
Yep.
would actually man it, work it, and be kind of like a snack area for people to come and.
Right.
Yeah.
So where is that located right now, that tavern?
Well, you brought up Park Ave right
Yep.
before we started. It used to be the old Bank of America.
Oh, okay.
Right across from Sapporo, Tokyo.
Yeah, let's talk about Park Avenue. I mean, that's Route 9 technically. I mean, I think we talked about that on the show we did about 3 months ago. I mean,
Right.
it's really disturbing to me, when you're right down Park Ave and you don't see the flourishing businesses anymore.
Right.
Anything on the horizon?
There was a meeting just probably about a month ago. The Webster Square Business Association brought together the city and business owners and the public together to talk about their ideas and their problems, and really just starting the conversation of what their goals are and what they'd
Right.
like to see in that
I
area.
mean, the busiest day on Park Ave is the St. Patty's Day Parade. I know you march in it, and,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Then it goes away and it goes back to being Park Ave of the 2010, this era.
Well, 'cause I think you get further down towards Institute Park.
Right.
I think it's a little busier.
Right.
It's just.
As it always has been.
Yeah, but there has been some new restaurants and some new facilities that have opened up. There's the old, there's now a cigar place,
Cigar bar.
cigar bar, right? There used to be you probably won't remember this, Kate, but it's way before your time. There was that Lord Vassals or.
Oh, yeah, 371 Club.
Yes, there we
Yeah.
go. So now there's, I don't want to say it's a little upper scale, so there's that. I'm trying to think what else. There's that new, right off of Park Ave, there's the new Antonio's Pizza.
Yep, out of
Yeah.
Springfield.
Oh.
Out of Springfield,
Yep.
so,
Yep.
so there is
Go
some
there.
development, yeah.
Right.
So there's
Yeah,
development
that's
coming
quite the
there.
place.
So,
My
you know-
company has the contract with them. They have them in Providence and
Yeah.
it's quite an Italian place.
Yeah, so it's going to take slow. And if you look at the city, right now you've got, they're targeting the Green Street area of the city of Worcester. No, it's not part of
Is
Kate's
that the
area.
Canal District?
Yeah, just gonna say,
They've done a great
it's
job with
now
that.
they're putting the WBDC's putting in hockey rinks there, so we've got that coming in. We had the streetscape program, which is a combination of state and federal money, which helped redo the streets and the sidewalks there. You've got some new restaurants opening up in there, so and then you have the new hotel coming.
Yeah,
So,
I know it can't be Shrewsbury Street. I mean, that's pretty special the way Shrewsbury Street took off.
It is,
you know.
but it's gradually moving. If the hockey rinks can be a success and brings more people to the area, then that's going to continue the growth of more of these small businesses, maybe restaurants or other small businesses.
Yeah, I mean, they're always talking about maybe luring the Red Sox from Pawtucket to Worcester.
Yeah, there has been
I
some
don't know
talk
if
of
that's a
that.
pipe dream, or, you know,
There's been some
Lucchino
talk.
owns it now, and
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know there was some, I know the discussions right now are not going on with anyone, but, I think there were previously some discussions going on, so,
now, you were on the Stolt Show, weren't you?
yes.
A couple months ago, it's quite the show.
Yeah, no, it's,
Does a
yeah, it's a
great
good show.
job.
Yeah, Senator Chandler and I, once a month, will go on a show.
Harry Chandler.
Yeah, we take a break during the summer months, so.
Now, what does she have for district?
She has roughly 55%, 40 to 55% of the northern portion of the city of Worcester. Then I have the southern portion. And then she has parts of Clinton, West Boylston, Northborough, and I think that's it. I don't know if, yeah, I think that's all.
All right. Now, you gonna get any union endorsements?
Yeah, I have already.
Yep.
Yes. So and those will come out soon enough.
Okay,
but-
I don't wanna, you know, I know we're gonna be doing another show
Yeah,
down the road.
exactly. But yeah, it's pretty. You
Well,
know,
that's
just
good.
shows that line between business and labor.
Yep. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, no, I've got something. I just spoke to the MMA, Mass Nurses Association. They're going to come out with their endorsement. I think Planned Parenthood they've already come out and announced their endorsement. The SEIU 1199, they're going to be coming out. I haven't really reached out to a lot of the other groups that I traditionally have. Fairly confident I should continue to get a lot of the law enforcement endorsements.
Those are big.
Yeah, no, they are.
Yep.
Now, being the vice chair of the Public Safety Committee, I've had relationships before I got into the legislature, and I don't want to say luckily, but where we've locally and nationally, we've had so many issues going on, that even with my chairmanship for the higher education community, hopefully, but by the end of my second term, I'll be able to say my most significant accomplishment will be the bill dealing with sexual assault at college campuses. The law enforcement experience I've had in dealings with the community really helped me in drafting that bill. We passed it in the Senate last Saturday, but as Kate knows, it's so late in the session now, there's really no chance of it moving forward
So
before.
it'll linger till the
Yeah,
next
I'll have to
session?
refile it. So hopefully 2 years from now, I'll be sitting here bragging about that piece of
Right.
legislation.
It's pretty sad, like, you know, not to keep hopping on the Tarantino tragedy, but I mean, to be a policeman nowadays,
Yeah.
you know, this is getting really ridiculous.
You're seeing good people who
Yeah.
are turning away from the profession.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sooner or later, you're not gonna have a lot of people applying to the police academy.
Yeah. No, it's, you got the Black Lives Matters, the Blue Lives Matter, then you got the All Lives Matter people, but no one likes them because everyone got, every life does matter. And, we shouldn't be pitting sides in this. Everyone should be working together to really address the issues that are causing the problems. And I don't care what issue you're facing, killing someone isn't the option.
No, but I mean, if this, to get to the federal election, I mean, we're talking local politics here, but when you've got that staring in your face, what's going on with Trump and the things he says, and, it's crazy.
Well, it's a problem. Hatred's going to breed hatred.
Yep.
So you can't get up there when and again, I don't mean to take sides here, but you can't get up there after the Democratic National Convention my opinion, being the nominee for the other party saying, oh, I wanted to punch every one of them in the face for the statements they were making.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Breeds violence.
Right. We should
And then
be.
he went after the tragedy, the soldier got killed.
Yes.
The Muslim, and, it's just crazy. You're not picking your party,
Right.
Oh
but,
yeah, no.
Yeah,
This is
and
the individual.
Certainly.
So.
Right.
I mean, is there any way, this state has been Democrat so long, do you think Trump can actually win the state?
I don't see that.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really far-fetched,
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be quite surprising.
Yeah. I mean, when's the last, has this state ever gone Republican in a national election?
Didn't Nixon
Okay.
or Reagan win Massachusetts once?
Yeah, I don't know if Nixon ever.
Oh, no, actually, who was it? No, actually, McGovern won wasn't Massachusetts the only state that went from?
Yeah, that's when he got trounced.
Yes, but
Yeah.
Massachusetts went, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't know, if any, I think the closest one probably would've been Ronald Reagan. I think Reagan did well out here.
Yeah, but he had a lot of democratic policies and all that.
Well, it's almost like a Bill Weld. You talked about him earlier.
Yep.
Bill Weld actually had a strong Democratic following. You know, he was, if you look at his record, Bill Weld and Paul Salucci, they were fiscally conservative, and they were socially very liberal, progressive. And I actually think, for everyone that thinks Massachusetts is so progressive, you may have that on the federal level, if you look at our congressional and our U.S. senators.
Yep.
Coming from the standpoint that I see in the Senate, I see Massachusetts can be very, very conservative or a moderate state as far as their fiscal policies. I think liberally, socially, on social issues, I think we're a very progressive state. They realize the rights people should have, protecting people's rights. But as far as protecting their dollar and watching how it's spent and making sure it's spent efficiently, I think most people here are very moderate to conservative.
Yeah, man, you got Elizabeth Warren. She almost came close to being a vice presidential candidate. That would have been real. She had two women running on the Democratic side.
Yeah.
You know?
Actually, I can't remember his name, and I'm not saying the vice presidential candidate who the Secretary of State Clinton picked is a bad one, but one of the only nights I actually watched the only night I watched the Republican one was when Donald Trump was speaking, and then I watched the night of there was a retired U.S. general, a Marine general.
Oh yeah, I saw him on TV.
Yeah, and he was a U.S. rep or senator or something like that.
Yeah, he's in politics.
Yeah, and I just happened to put it on, and he was speaking, and he spoke with such. Yeah, he was authoritative. He spoke clear. I actually thought this guy would have been a great vice presidential candidate. I don't know what his voting record was, but to hear him speak and his presence, I thought he would. He had his demeanor. I thought he really gave a presence of security, strength, which I think, isn't that what we look for on our president?
Right.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting in the next few weeks.
It will.
But visibility now, you'll be getting real visible with this election coming up.
Yes, certainly.
Because after, what is it, September 8th?
September 8th,
After
right?
Mr. Belanger and the other guy go at it, Moses Dixon, and you got to know who you're going up against.
Exactly. Right, and then from there, time will just,
Now, it got a little nasty at the end of that last time. It's gonna be like a football game, you think?
Well, I don't.
That was pretty tough.
Well, I know how I'm going to run my campaign, and we'll see who my opponent is.
Now, do you have a campaign manager?
No, not a named one. We just opened our campaign office down on Main Street, and we have a good team down there.
How far up Main?
It's right across from the Webster Square Towers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, you have office hours there, right? Webster Square Towers sometimes?
Yes, sometimes I do. So I go around. Mondays are my office hour days. So I go from the Housing Authority to the Senior Center here, Town Hall, and Project New
You do ice cream too?
Yes, actually coming up tomorrow morning.
Because my mother-in-law was in Grafton, and she loves Senator Moore's ice cream.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, he knows how to charm the elderly.
Right.
You're gonna carry the elderly vote again, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Your turkey dinner is pretty popular too.
Yes, yeah. Between turkey dinners, ice
Is
cream.
that something your wife
Yeah.
told you to do? Come on, is that
No. Actually, the turkey dinners actually started right after I won my first election. I was so they had 2 turkeys. So I was trying to help them out, and I said, well, let me see if I can do something. So I said, let me see, maybe I'll call the senior center. Maybe I can do something down there with the turkeys. Well, it ended up that I took those 2 turkeys. I got Goretti's, Mark Goretti from Millbury, who runs Goretti's Market. He ends up doing some catering, so we go to the Millbury Senior Center, and it was a big hit. So I said, well, okay, we'll take this out to the other senior centers. And now it's grown to where by the end of Thanksgiving, we've served over 1,000 turkeys, fed 1,000 seniors and turkeys.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
The
full.
tale of 2 different towns. Mark Corretti owns a supermarket in Millbury and a vacant one in Leicester.
Oh, is it vacant now?
It's been vacant for like many moons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually boarded up now.
Does he still own it?
Yeah, he still owns the land.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I went to a wedding, a week ago Friday night with the town administrator from Millbury. His name's Bob.
Bob Spain.
Big fan of Mike Moore. Said it, you guys hit it off great.
Yep, yeah, no.
Real nice guy.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah,
Sat- he actually sat
retired.
at my table. He's my brother-in-law's next door neighbor.
Yeah,
He
he
lives
just,
on Carousel Drive.
yep, right at the, yeah, like that's where he grew up, right at the bottom of the hill,
Yep,
so,
yep. Big Mike Moore fan. They're everywhere,
Yeah.
that's good.
you know? Yeah.
Right, you need more fans than enemies.
Yeah, when I started talking to him, he's the last person I expected to be. Well, he's actually a town manager, right?
Yes.
And he said, he
He's
explained the
he's
difference.
actually a former Republican state representative from Vermont.
He also worked for Charter.
Yes,
He was telling me about Charter,
yep,
you know, the father of LCAC here.
yep.
And also, you know, he was explaining to me the difference in town manager versus town administrator. Julie Jacobson's a town manager, right?
Yes.
So, you know, it's educational for a guy like me, you know?
Sure.
There's-
Well, even in most, you know, it's funny, because even when you have a community that will vote on a charter, similar thing, when Auburn went to a town manager, you'll educate the public as far as what the charter change is, and the authority change from a town administrator to a town manager, where the town manager basically runs the town, does the appointments. The board of selectmen are more of a board of directors type, where they just establish the policies, and then the town manager is supposed to do the day-to-day
Right.
and make the appointments. That, actually, when I first got elected to the board in Millbury, it was 6 months after they had gone to a town manager form of government. So even though the people overwhelmingly supported the change, we were still getting the calls from people when they had a pothole in the street, or they had certain problems that they're dealing with in town. And technically, I'm not belittling that, but technically, that's all supposed to fall underneath the town manager. Now, in the town administrative form of government, that is the role of the selectman. You go, you advocate for it, and you try to help them resolve their issues. But when you get to a town manager form, really the complaints and all those issues are supposed to go to the town manager. The selectmen are more, do we have a pay equity policy in the town? What's the hiring practices for